Nobody chose him, so he chose himself. The email arrived at 7:42 p.m. Daniel stared at the screen. Months of effort, months of hope, months of imagining what his life could become. And then 4 words appeared. "We regret to inform you." He read them once, then again, then a third time, as if somehow the words would change. They didn't. The room was silent. Outside his window, the city continued as if nothing had happened. Cars passed. Streetlights glowed. People laughed somewhere in the distance. Life moved forward. But Daniel sat frozen, because deep down, part of him expected this. The rejection hurt, but not because it was unexpected. It hurt because it confirmed something he had secretly believed for years. A belief so deeply rooted that he rarely questioned it anymore. Nobody chooses me. The strange thing was, the scholarship wasn't where that belief began. The email wasn't the beginning of the story. It was only the latest chapter. To understand why those 4 words hurt so much, you have to go back. Back to a football field. Back to a quiet boy. Back to the moment Daniel first learned what it felt like to be overlooked. Before we begin, what time are you listening? Where are you from? Drop a comment below and tell me, and please like and subscribe for more videos like this. Now let's dive into the story. Daniel was 12 years old. The afternoon sun hung low above the field. Dozens of kids stood laughing and talking while 2 team captains prepared to choose players. It seemed like an ordinary day, one that nobody would remember. But some moments leave marks that stay with us forever. One by one, names were called. Children smiled. They ran toward their teams. Their friends cheered. Another name, then another, then another. Daniel waited. His heart beat a little faster every time a captain pointed. Surely his turn would come soon, but it didn't. The crowd became smaller. The laughter became louder. And before he realized it, only one child remained. Him. One captain glanced in his direction, not with excitement, not with confidence, just obligation. "You can go there." No smile, no enthusiasm, just a gesture. The other children laughed, not because they hated him. Children rarely understand the impact of moments like that. But Daniel felt it. Something inside him quietly shifted. For the first time, he wondered if there was something wrong with him. He never spoke about it. He simply carried it home. Years passed, but the feeling stayed. In classrooms, Daniel raised his hand and watched teachers choose someone else. At gatherings, conversations formed around him while he stood on the edge. Among friends, he often felt present but unseen. He wasn't disliked. Nobody bullied him. Nobody intentionally excluded him, which almost made it harder, because there was no obvious enemy, no obvious reason. Just a constant feeling that everyone else belonged somewhere while he remained on the outside looking in. Over time, Daniel became an expert observer. He noticed everything: the confidence of others, the way people naturally connected, the opportunities that seemed to appear effortlessly for certain people. Meanwhile, he stayed quiet, and with every passing year, the belief grew stronger. Maybe I'm just not the kind of person people choose. At first, it was only a thought. Then it became an assumption. Eventually, it became an identity. And identities are dangerous, because once you believe something about yourself long enough, you stop questioning it. You start living it. By 23, Daniel had become trapped inside a prison he couldn't see. The prison wasn't made of walls. It was made of beliefs. He applied for opportunities late because he expected rejection. He stayed silent in meetings because he assumed nobody cared what he thought. He watched possibilities pass him by because disappointment felt inevitable. Every rejection became proof. Every setback became evidence. Every missed opportunity reinforced the story. Nobody chooses me. The cruel part was that the belief began creating the very reality he feared. The less he tried, the fewer opportunities appeared. The fewer opportunities appeared, the more convinced he became. It was a cycle, a quiet one, but a destructive one. Then came the scholarship. For the first time in years, Daniel allowed himself to hope. Not a little hope, real hope. The dangerous kind. The kind that makes you imagine a different future. He spent weeks preparing. Late nights became normal. Draft after draft. Revision after revision. He checked every detail, every sentence, every requirement. He poured himself into that application because deep down he believed this opportunity could change everything. Maybe this would finally be the moment. Maybe this would be the time someone looked at him and said, "We choose you." So he waited. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. Then the email arrived. 7:42 p.m. "We regret to inform you." Just like that. Gone. The future he had imagined disappeared in a single sentence. That night felt endless. Daniel sat on the edge of his bed while darkness filled the room. The lights remained off. His phone rested in his hands. Without thinking, he opened social media. A mistake many of us know too well. There they were. People celebrating new jobs, graduations, promotions, achievements, smiling faces, exciting announcements, success everywhere. And with every swipe, Daniel felt himself sinking deeper. Everyone seemed to be moving forward. Everyone except him. The old belief returned, louder than ever. Maybe this is who I am. Maybe this is all I'll ever be. For the first time in years, he considered giving up. Not dramatically, not all at once, just quietly, the way most dreams die. One small surrender at a time. No more applications. No more effort. No more hope. No more disappointment. The thought lingered in his mind long into the night. Sleep never came. So before sunrise, Daniel left his apartment. The streets were empty. The city felt different when nobody was awake. No traffic, no conversations, no expectations, just silence. He walked without direction, without purpose, without a plan, his hands buried in his pockets, his thoughts heavier than usual. The sky remained dark, but slowly, almost invisibly, the horizon began to change. Black became blue, blue became gold, and standing beneath the morning sky, Daniel experienced something unexpected. A question, not an answer, a question. What if the story I've been telling myself isn't true? The thought stopped him. For years, he had treated his beliefs as facts. Nobody chooses me. Nobody notices me. Nobody values me. But were they actually true? Or had he simply repeated them so many times that they felt true? Nobody had ever declared he was worthless. Nobody had told him he would never succeed. Most of those words came from his own mind. For years, he had waited for permission. Permission to feel valuable. Permission to feel worthy. Permission to believe in himself. He had been waiting for someone else to hand him confidence. Waiting for someone to point at him and say, "You matter." But what if nobody ever did? What if nobody was coming? The sun rose higher. Warm light spilled across the city. And in that quiet moment, Daniel finally understood something. His life couldn't remain dependent on other people's choices. If his confidence depended on being chosen, he would always be vulnerable. Because sometimes people choose you, and sometimes they don't. But your value cannot change every time someone else's opinion changes. Daniel looked toward the rising sun, and for the first time in years, he made a decision. Not a dramatic decision, a quiet one, the kind that changes everything. If nobody chooses me, he paused, then finished the sentence. I'll choose myself. No audience, no applause, no celebration, just a promise. But sometimes the quiet promises matter most. The next morning, Daniel woke up at 5 a.m. The day after that, he woke up at 5 a.m. again, then again, and again, not because he felt motivated, because he made a commitment. Every morning became a vote for the person he wanted to become. The transformation wasn't fast. It wasn't glamorous. Most days looked ordinary. He studied, he learned, he practiced, he failed, then he failed again. Projects were rejected. Ideas didn't work. Plans fell apart. Doubt returned often. But something had changed. The failures no longer defined him, because he wasn't working to prove his worth anymore. He was working because he already believed he had worth. And that changed everything. Slowly progress appeared. A completed course, a stronger skill, a better portfolio, more confidence, more discipline, more self-respect. The changes were small, so small that nobody else noticed. But Daniel noticed, and for the first time, that was enough. Months later, another opportunity arrived. Then another, then another. The old Daniel would have been terrified. This Daniel still felt fear, but fear no longer controlled him. because his identity wasn't tied to outcomes anymore. He applied, he prepared, he showed up, and one afternoon, an email appeared in his inbox, an acceptance, a yes, the opportunity he had worked toward. Years earlier, this moment would have meant everything. But something surprising happened. Daniel smiled. Then he closed the laptop and went back to work, because the opportunity was no longer the reward. The person he had become was. That was the real victory, not the email, not the acceptance, not the recognition. The victory was becoming someone who no longer needed those things to feel worthy. For years, Daniel believed success would finally make him valuable. Now he understood the truth. His value had never been waiting on the other side of an email. It had always been there, hidden beneath years of doubt, waiting to be recognized, not by the world, by him. And maybe that's the lesson someone watching this needs to hear today. Most people spend their lives waiting to be chosen. Chosen by employers, chosen by friends, chosen by audiences, chosen by strangers, chosen by people who may never truly understand their worth. But self-respect begins the moment you stop asking the world for permission to believe in yourself. The moment you can look in the mirror and say, I'm still worthy even without applause. Everything changes, because now your confidence has roots. Now your peace isn't controlled by outcomes. Now your identity isn't controlled by opinions. And that's what Daniel earned. When nobody picks you, build a version of yourself that doesn't need to be picked. Keep becoming. Keep building. Keep choosing yourself, day after day, in silence. Because one day you'll realize something powerful. The world never changed your life. The moment you chose yourself did. Until next time, become the person you were waiting for.